Hi there, I'm Christine Dunbar from speechmodification.com, and this is my Smart American Accent training. In this video, we'll look at how to pronounce sanctuary and contemporary. So these words are a little bit challenging because they have multiple syllables, they have multiple R sounds, and the spelling might not directly represent how the sounds should sound. So we will look at the sounds in the word, how to break them down and practice them easily so you can use them fluently and smoothly in your everyday speech. First of all, looking at sanctuary, the first part of the word is where the stress is. So I want my stress on the sank syllable, and then the tuary syllables are going to go quick and be somewhat reduced. So long on sank, and then tuary quick. Basically, the first part of the word, even though there's only about 3 letters, 3 sounds in that part, is going to be just as long as all of this rest of the word with all of these other sounds. So thinking about that rhythm of ba 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 ba, sanctuary, is going to help you, and that's really important, to pay attention to the rhythm and not just the sounds. In terms of the sounds, the first letter A says the ah black cat vowel. It's actually just like the word sank. And interestingly, in the word sank, we don't have an N sound, but rather we have an NG sound. So you can notice if you say the word sang, sank, the back of your tongue lifts. We're not lifting the front, sank, but rather the back. Most people naturally do this, but it can be helpful when you're looking at accent error patterns to recognize that sometimes we spell the ng sound with just letter N, like in sank, or thank, or think. So I have my sank, and then letter T doesn't say the T sound in this word, but rather the CH sound. So the symbol for that is a T and an SH sound, because to say the CH sound, my tongue starts where there's a T, and then it drops down into the position for making the sh sound in one quick movement. Ch, ch. So the beginning, these TU, it sounds just like the word chew, chew. Make sure that you're saying it quickly. You have a nice oo vowel there, nice rounded vowel. You can think about that as oo as well if that helps you. Chew, sanctuary. And then I wrote it here with a W because as I move from that oo to the A of the air, ooe, ooer, ooer, we end up with a little bit of a gliding sound. So even though here in the IPA in the dictionary, you're just going to see the ch and the oo sound, what we really do is there's a little bit of a glide there, like a wa, chew, chew. Between the chew and the air here, not here, but rather chew air. So let's put it here, chew-airy, ooh-airy. Ignore that. Okay, so sanctuary. Then we have the letters AR saying the air diphthong, so thinking about that like the word air. And finally our Y says an E at the end. So different ways to approach it. You can practice it all together, sanctuary. You can also practice syllable by syllable, sanctuary, and then speed it back up a little bit more, sanctuary, sanctuary. Another thing that you might find helpful is to build this word from the back, because if you start it in the beginning, you may find it just comes out the original way like you would normally say it, and it's hard to break that habit. So any new way of approaching it, for example, doing E, airy, chew-airy, sanctuary. And also just practicing that chew-airy part together, chew-airy, that because it has to be pretty quick and it all kind of mushes together even though it's 3 syllables. You can also, with any word with an R, with an R sound in it, build from the R. So you would try air, airy, chew-airy, sanctuary. Then with contemporary, we have 2 R sounds and a similar rhythm, slightly different, where we have rather than stressing on the first syllable like sanctuary, we have stress on the second syllable. So we have short and then long, contemporary. So it's actually like the word temporary. So I do have a video just for the word temporary if you're interested in that. But let's build that with our con syllable, contemporary. To do that, I do suggest starting on the stress syllable. So when you're practicing, practice with temp, temporary, contemporary. Because we want this first syllable, the C-O-N syllable, to be very short and have a reduced vowel. It doesn't have an O or an ah sound like letter O usually does. It is just a short little schwa that sounds like So we want to have not much vowel, very reduced vowel, contemporary. You could almost think about it as though it didn't have a vowel, like you're moving right from the k to the n, contemporary. Letter E says the red tent vowel. Oh, sorry, I miswrote that. So it should be like that, contemporary. So that's just like the word temperature or the word 10. It has that same vowel. Then the letters O-R in this word say the sound. So even though it's spelled with an or, we don't say or. It's not contemporary, but temporary. If it's hard for you to do the you can also think about it like an with an R on the next syllable, rare. For a lot of people, doing rare is hard, so I like to think about it as air. Ultimately, I have to go in and out of those R sounds, urary. So you want to practice doing the and the air in sequence. Again, my ARY, just like in sanctuary, is an air diphthong, so that looks like this, and then we have our E. So same thing, you could build from the back, try airy, rary, urary, temporary, contemporary. Definitely a challenging word, and you may need to focus in on certain parts of it with those R's, with the sequence and the syllable. For both of these words, don't stop when you have the word mastered just by itself. You do also want to build it into some short phrases. So you could try, I like contemporary architecture, the contemporary trends. It's a real sanctuary for me, in the sanctuary, etc. So use the words in short phrases and sentences as you would in everyday speech, so that you can use the same new perfected pronunciation when you're talking about these words. Thank you for the two of you who suggested these words to cover in our Word of the Day series. If you have a suggestion, you can leave that in the comments for this video or any of my videos, and I'll add it to the list to cover in a future Word of the Day class. I'll be back again tomorrow with another Word of the Day class, as well as on Friday, we'll have our live question and answer class. You can attend that on YouTube, type your questions in the chat, and I'll answer them for you live. We talk about words, American accent, sounds, anything to help you improve your overall fluency in American English pronunciation. I'm Christine Dunbar from SpeechModification.com. Remember, if you want to sound like a native speaker, you can do it. SpeechModification.com. Bye, everyone. Hope to see you again soon.